It is happening right now. Thousands of animals turning and turning and turning until they eventually die. Nobody has given a convincing explanation. But what about if we look up in the scriptures? Is there something our Creator has to say? Shalom everybody, how are you? Well, we've all seen a lot of videos in which animals are behaving strange, doing circles, and nobody has really given a convincing explanation of that so far. But I have one with the scripture. I just want to reflect on Ezekiel 20, because if you read Ezekiel 20, it's almost humorous because you see how everything goes in circles. And I really think these animals are imitating or are emulating the human behavior in a way that our Elohim is permitting to happen, because generation after generation, we can see how humanity doesn't turn to Elohim. And now we are in the times of Ezekiel 37, the dry bones that recover life and become human bodies again. And I think Elohim is blowing his Ruach HaKodesh on every one of us. And some of us are realizing and awakening to the fact that churches are not following the real Elohim. Churches are following Elohim, which is Satan in disguise, right? Why? Why do I come to that conclusion? Because in Daniel, we can read that the beast would change the time and the law. And the Christian church has done but that. I mean, it's changed the time and the law. The time because they follow strange feasts that are not the right ones, they are not the true ones, and they are following the Sunday, they are following the Day of the Dead, they are following Christmas, and all those festivities that are not the correct Elohim ones. And they have changed the law because they have Paul of Tarsus that says the law has passed away and now we have faith, we have grace and all that. I'm going to speak about that in other videos, but now the subject that occupies us is why do all those animals walk in circles? So I'm not going to read Ezekiel 20 now because it's a bit long, but I'm just going to read the beginning of it. And if you want to read it, it's amazing how everything goes in circles, because it speaks how Israel were in the desert and everything happened in circles. They sinned, then Yahweh punished them, and then he forgave them, and then they sinned again, and it all happens in circles until it's almost fun, hilarious and laughable how things happen. And it's happening right now as well, because people don't realize everything they're doing is just honoring Satan. They think they're honoring the Creator, but they're not. I mean, they go to churches that ask for tithing and offerings that are not in the order commanded by Elohim, and then they celebrate feasts that are not commanded by Elohim, then they eat things that are not commanded by Elohim, then they behave in ways that are not commanded by Elohim, and so on and so on and so on. So I'm just going to start to read this chapter, and then leave it to you because it's worthwhile to read it. And I think that the explanation of this behavior animals are following, I'm sure there's a scientific explanation, but above all that, there is a spiritual meaning. And our Elohim is letting these animals behave in this way because they are showing us how we behave ourselves. So it says, Ezekiel 20, and it came to pass in the 7th year, in the 5th month, the 10th day of the month, that certain of the elders of Israel came to inquire of the Lord, and sat before me. And then came the word of the Lord unto me, saying, Son of man, speak unto the elders of Israel, and say unto them, Thus says the Adon Elohim, have you come to inquire of me? As I live, saith Elohim, I will not be inquired of by you. Will you judge men, son of man? Will you judge them? Cause them to know the abominations of their fathers, and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Elohim, on the day when I chose Israel, and lifted up mine hand unto the seed of the house of Jacob, and made myself known unto them in the land of Egypt, when I lifted up mine hand unto them, saying, I am the Lord your Elohim, on the day that I lifted up mine hand unto them to bring them forth out of the land of Egypt into a land that I had spied for them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands. Then I said unto them, Cast away every man of ye the abominations of his eyes, and defile not yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord your Elohim. But they rebelled against me, and would not hearken unto me. They did not every man cast away the abominations of their eyes, neither they forsook the idols of Egypt. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the middle of the land of Egypt. And then, well, he thinks twice about that and thinks not to punish them, but they sin again, all that. It's all in circles. We are witnessing the same thing now. I mean, people are walking in circles. They don't want to listen to the Torah. They just want to listen to their pastors. They want to carry on doing what the mass and millions are doing. And folks, the thing is, times are getting near, and we need to turn to the Torah. We need to turn to the original commandments, which are the true ones, because Christianity has confused people for 2,000 years with wrong doctrines of deception. And the Shabbat is real, and the feast of our Elohim are real, and we need to turn to the old ways because they are the true ones. So thank you for listening to this study, and thank you for watching this video, and see you on a further video of Sia La Torah.